What's happening, fandoms? Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, we react to music videos and shows. Today we're back to The Expanse. This is Season 5, Episode 6, called Tribes. Now, in the interest of full disclosure, a bit ago, a small meteorite smashed through the Earth's atmosphere, targeting precisely my recording and filming an editing PC, and it completely destroyed it. I lost all of everything I had, including the already recorded version of this episode. So this is a re-record. The good news is that during the process of reconstructing my computer and getting everything back up to speed so we could do our channel again, I did finish rereading book 5, and so my very poor recollection of the events of book 5 are now refreshed, and it definitely will help me in this reaction because I didn't remember a lot of the stuff that happened on Earth with Amos and Clarissa. So this is gonna be a fun episode. I really enjoyed it the first time around, and I'm gonna really enjoy it the second time around. So let's go.
Some poor fellows.
Crap, they pinged us.
Yeah, poor Bobby and Alex, man. They are drifting.
We're not gonna make it. Oh, wait.
I got one more thing to try.
Poor Christian. She doesn't know how her family survived or not. She's not really in control. No one was listening to her.
I'm the new acting secretary general.
Designated
please don't get up.
survivor.
Oh. Still getting used to this gravity. It's my first time off planet, I'm embarrassed to say.
You'll get the hang of it soon enough.
Oh my God, yes, of course, your family.
My daughter and her children are fine. They're on a shuttle now. They'll be here soon.
Yep, but she can't find Arjun.
Your husband teaches at Columbia, doesn't he? Have you heard from him? I will pull whatever strings I can to help locate him.
I appreciate that.
They're ready for you.
She looks wrecked.
Thank you.
Oh, poor woman.
My degree is in drone avionics.
I'll be with you in a moment, Secretary General.
Yeah, that guy doesn't know what he's doing. And handshaking. What a good actress. She's so good at what she does, man. Really enjoy her performances. All right, back with Amos and Clarissa. I suspect. Can't remember. Yeah, look at all this destruction. Trees blown down.
You feeling better?
They're wrapped in United Nations
There's
flags.
something at the aid station.
There's police there. I don't want to go back to prison.
Oh, there's no prison to go back to. They'll probably just shoot you.
I don't want that either.
In that case,
Oh,
I'm thinking
man.
our best bet's Baltimore. I know some people there.
Yeah, I've come to realize since the reread that Amos's and Clarissa's story in the show is, at least from the parts I've seen, spot on exactly to the books. It is so precise, but it's so well visualized.
Holding steady at 10%.
When we were the first people to go through the ring and survive.
Yeah, those are some credentials. Oh man, I really like who they got to play Monica. She's so sassy. I can't wait till we get to some more of Naomi's stuff later this season, man. Rereading the books book 5 just made me want to get to those parts. They're just on the drift. You guys are about to regret doing this. Oh man, Bobby in her suit is so like unstoppable. I love it. Jump, Alex, jump.
Alex! You gotta get back now!
I'm coming!
Smash!
Get your ass inside now!
Tag those boots. Interesting how the little access hatch has green LED inside of it.
Nearly did
Have to see her again, I swear.
You will do what I tell you to.
Doing yourself!
Yeah, a little bit of insubordination
If it
there.
has to be done, you can do it. I'm not gonna let Philip be part of this. Unless you think you can make me, hmm? Maybe I finally got old enough, huh?
Philip, the choice was yours to make. Or would it be? No, don't look at him.
Interesting how much
I asked you,
loyalty
Alex.
Naomi has.
Next time, ask me.
Yeah, weird. Like,
Sorry.
thin
I know,
Sin?
you said-
Yeah. Seems to be somehow loyal to Naomi in some way.
So am I.
Yeah, Marco has a lot of charisma, but he's also fallible.
You deserve to die for what you did. You think that's funny?
No. It's the only thing left I can do to help
He's
you.
a visionary.
Hmm.
Doing what no other belter has ever dreamed.
He's a cult leader.
He took the belt back from the
He
inners.
made you a murderer.
Yeah.
You ended millions of ordinary lives.
Man, I don't know exactly how her story is gonna remain true to the original, but I'm looking forward to it so much.
Yeah?
You never came up on a field trip?
No?
Amos's kind
Not
of people
everyone
didn't
had
do
to-
field trips.
Come plant a tree for a week and appreciate the carbon cycle.
Not me.
This is one of my grandfather's charities. My family helped to fund it. Dad kept it up after he died.
Something in it for him?
Difference between ultra
No.
rich people and not at all rich people.
Dad just liked trees.
Sit down. I'll take care of this.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Loot the body. Figure out what you can use. This is survival.
So he's dead?
You said he was?
No, your dad. He said that he liked trees, not that he likes trees. I hadn't heard that he died. I don't watch the news feeds much.
I don't think he's dead. You want some?
A little bit of.
You go ahead.
A little bit of food. Yeah, man. It's a crazy lucky find to come across somebody with supplies that just died of natural causes or whatever.
What about your mother?
She died young.
What about genetic markers?
Yeah. Gotta rehabilitate Clarissa.
I can keep going.
Especially now she's got some nice winter boots instead of those sneakers
funny
or
if you
whatever
think
she was
about it.
wearing.
What?
The moon.
UN setting up a relief camp.
Mm-hmm.
Take a seat if you want.
Man, in this sort of a world, encountering people is dangerous.
Thanks.
We're headed to Baltimore. Have you heard anything?
Only that you'd be better off coming with me. One of these end of times, fellas.
Mm-hmm.
Probably can't believe how lucky he is all this happened.
Thank you.
Yeah, I didn't
Keep an eye
remember
out.
this guy from the books, the prepper that they're about to encounter, but absolutely, this is exactly how it goes. If anything, the show focuses a little bit more on this prepper guy than we really spent much time on him
Drink.
in the books.
Maybe a few more hours by that fire. I feel like I haven't been warm in years.
We'll go this way.
Towards the crazy asshole who's shooting people.
Yep.
Yep. Amos is all about crazy assholes who shoot people. He's got stuff that they need. This is Marco's fleet. No, it's Drummer's fleet. Yeah.
Are you worried about Camila?
I worry about that.
Me too.
This little mini fleet
We cannot let her do it.
belonged to Michio Pa in the books.
She does.
And
Make sure.
Drummer doesn't translate 100% to Michio.
Contact incoming.
Michio was much
Multiple
more involved
contacts,
in the
separate headings.
OPA
jamming our comms.
on the Marco side of things.
One MCRN light cruiser.
MCRN warships. How could Marco have this?
Yeah.
But so much for shooting our way out.
Welcome to the Bella.
Mm-hmm.
Give me your weapon. Your temper precedes you.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like they have a lot of choice. They can deal peacefully here or shoot it out, man. Space
That one is
combat,
black
they're not
sky.
gonna win.
I think she has golden bow.
Tributes. They come here in exchange for narrow sunder ships.
This is a war
For a war you started.
for a war I won.
Is it over? I must have missed the inner's offer of surrender.
Man, she's sassy for someone in duress.
I knew there was a reason I liked you.
Do you know who I liked?
That's easy to guess. Who came here in his ship?
You know the song he sang when you space him? It wasn't fear. He used to sing it to his daughter. And to keep his mind steady in trying times.
R.I.P. Ashford.
Sentimental, man.
You killed him. And you killed Fred.
They fought and lost. There will be thin years at first. But within a decade, the belt will have the agricultural production levels of Earth. And surpass it.
Yeah, Marco's got answers for everything.
Free of colonial control, we will have no limit. I invite you to join the Free Navy.
You have committed the entire belt to war with the Inners and made peace impossible.
Yeah.
I committed us to a future of our own.
Man.
On our own terms. We were already at war. You just couldn't see it because they were killing us slow.
Yep, she clocks that is Philip. This encounter is so crazy. No trespassing. Blood on the ground. Yep, he's just slaughtering people that come up to his Spence. So he's not a good guy.
If anything goes bad, run.
Yeah, things are gonna go bad. I mean, that's the plan, right, Amos? He needs things to go bad.
Hello?
You stepped on my land.
I did, but I announced myself. I heard you had rifles.
I do. And my son does too.
Yeah. If that was really his son, he wouldn't point him out.
I got a water recycler. I just need something to hunt food on my way up north.
Oh, jeez. Even though this is likely a set, it's still gotta be cold.
Don't need you.
And she's down. I mean, sometimes the stories they wrote are just the right thing to do no matter what. Good thing she never got those, got her mods removed. Because they would not have survived this encounter without her. Love it. It's so... The way they portray it is so just brutal. Like she's a feral animal moving at the speed of light.
That's not choice. Marco says it's a choice. And we are all acting like that's true.
Yeah, he's right.
But it's not. Earth will go to war with the belt. It's to join him. Or die.
He survives in the books. What I'm hearing is that the actor is just too busy and they had to kill him off rather than continue to pay him the big bucks.
Search Kylo.
Welcome.
Is there anything you'd like me to tell your mother?
There's no need. I can tell.
Yep.
No.
You screwed up.
Thank you.
Good to see you. As always, Chama.
Gave it up there, Philip. She knows. I wonder if what Drummer said is making him second guess himself.
Tell me about the behemoth.
Okay. Yep. Naomi's freighter is currently part of the fleet, but Marco wants a second shot at Holden.
Did we
He's
win?
gonna use it.
Thank you.
Yeah, this is exactly what they needed. There's no way they could have made it that far.
My clothes?
They had blood and puke on them. I found you some new ones here. They're a little big, but they'll do. You okay?
You keep asking me that.
I keep wondering it.
It's a valid
Yeah.
question.
I am, actually.
Try not to worry. I'm not gonna let anything hurt you.
I think it might be the other way around.
Thanks.
I heard you talking in your sleep. You said something about monsters and being afraid.
And monsters aren't afraid.
Uh-oh. Amos isn't afraid.
I'm afraid all the time.
Nice. A good little brace for her broken
How did we come
hand.
here? He could have killed you.
Yeah. But you would have died on the road. We needed better supplies and rest, and this is where all those things were.
Would we have done something different?
We needed supplies.
Yeah.
We
If he
went
was
out
a
of our
nice
way
guy, he would have
to
still
murder
done it.
someone and take his stuff just because we needed it. It's not the kind of thing good people do.
Holden never would have approved a move like that. I need to get back to my crew.
Yep. He is anchorless, and he knows that when left to make his own decisions, he is dangerous and makes the wrong ones sometimes. Wow. Yeah. Having now finished the book 5 reread, I am really looking forward to Naomi's, the completion of Naomi's story with Philip and Marco. I can see the seeds of it beginning in this episode. I suspect probably next episode we'll see some more preparation and planning for that, and it's just such a ballsy, crazy thing to do, and I'm just so here for it. I can't wait to see them portray it with their amazing CGI that they have in place now. But the thing about a story is sometimes the writers have been improving, making changes, adding, tidying things up, but the story of Amos and Clarissa's survival on Earth after the prison was destroyed has been literally identical, and I think that there just wasn't much need for improvement there. The tropes that we get into, the survivalists and the random people along the way, those things are things for a reason, because they work. We as humans love survival stories, and I in particular love survival stories. I've read many different post-traumatic incident survival novels and fictions, and this one, this little tiny one within the story of the Expanse, was really well done, and I enjoyed it in the books, and I'm enjoying it in the show. The rest of this story is less survivally. Now, I mean, they kind of leveled up. They got all the stuff that they need. It was like a windfall of massive proportions. This guy had everything, basically. And if they didn't need to get off the planet, they could just survive here, and it would be, the Amos and Clarissa show, surviving on Earth with all the supplies they need, and it would be just fine. And I might even read that story. It would be fun, but that's not their future, and I am looking forward to seeing Eric again and to complete the end of this arc. With Christian's story, it's a little bit different. In the show, they focused quite a bit more on Nancy, and we've gotten quite a bit more of the political infighting between them than we ever saw in the books. The Earth political side of things was much less focused on, and I don't even really think that they did anything in particular. They just kinda told us in a side, like a news flash or something, that Nancy was gone. We certainly didn't experience Christian talking to her while their plane went down, or those sorts of things. It just sort of was a side note. And I don't recall any sort of Secretary of Transportation. There was no designated survival scenario. They just kind of, it just sort of ended up with Christian back in charge. So tidying up those plot points and making them more believable, I guess, is really what's happening in the screenplay version, because we're seeing the logical steps, the pieces that would have needed to happen in order for that to occur. Now, this guy who was, a drone delivery specialist, he has no idea what he's doing. The only smart thing he's done yet is get Christian on his cabinet, because he has no idea what he should do to be the Secretary General of the Earth. He's clueless, and so ultimately it will be her making all of the primary calls, and she'll be effectively in charge, even if she doesn't have the title right away. And the biggest change that we see from the books to the show, and probably the most impactful and best change, is that we get a version of Kamina Drummer that is sort of an amalgamation of many different plot threads, but because they've designed her to be so much more central to all of these plots, she's so much more important in the shows than she ever was in the books. During my reread of Book 5, I think Drummer was on screen or mentioned the equivalent of like 20 or 30 seconds of like conscious time throughout the entirety of Book 5. She was a much smaller character, but here, because they've had the chance to make these dramatic changes, she's a big, dynamic, important character, and I really enjoy the portrayal. The actress is stunningly good at what she's doing, and I think that this little section of the story is gonna be much better than the book version of it. There's just no comparison, really. The drummer in the show is better than most characters in the entire series. And sort of adjacent to that is Ashford, because it's the interaction between Ashford and Drummer that brings those two characters to life a lot more. And Ashford was given kind of an extra life in the shows, and he lasted a season longer than he lasted in the books. And the actor who portrayed Ashford did an amazing job and really turned him into a lovable character. And because of that, he's so much bigger, and the interactions and the relationships between Kamina and Klaus were so powerful, and he continues to have an impact. I mean, we're mentioning him here even yet another season later, and just the memory of him has these big impacts on all of the characters, and it's really cool. And then, of course, a big departure, and I'm not sure how they'll write around this, but Fred in the books easily and handily survives the Tycho attacks, and does continue to be a player and a presence straight through into book 6. Now, in the shows, they've written that character out, and Fred does not survive the Tycho attacks, and so we get basically a season and a half less of Fred than we otherwise would. And I believe think I've read some comments certain places, and perhaps from watching and reading comments on other reactions from earlier episodes where he died. I believe that part of the problem was that the actor was just getting too famous and popular and had other projects and was too expensive, and so they basically wrote him out. So, I really enjoyed his portrayal. I'm sure that the authors are going to stick the landing, and we'll still get an amazing story regardless. So I'm not too worried about it, basically. Okay, well, I'm going to go ahead and leave it there. I'm really happy to be back on board and able to do these things again now that we've rebuilt systems and gotten things functional again. And I appreciate you guys with your patience, and we'll be sort of back on schedule from here really soon. I appreciate you guys, and we'll see you in the next video.